Pampa, Texas.
All right, good morning, it's 9:11, we'll call this meeting, Wichita County Commissioner report to order. Everyone, please rise.
It's me.
It's you.
Yep. Pray with me, please. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the blessings that you bestow on us every day. Thank you for this rain that we've had lately and the moisture that we've got in the snow. Bless us, keep us straight, and forgive us where we fall short. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thanks, sir. Go join me in the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the Texas flag.
I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Lieutenant, are you representing Chief Rutledge?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes, sir.
All right, thank you. I'll try to find him if not.
Yeah, he is at the LEC right now. He's doing something with the LEC project right now.
All right, good enough, then, thank you. I'd ask if there are any public comments from anyone. Hearing none, we'll move on. We are down to consent agenda. I ask court to take action on that.
So moved, Judge.
Second.
Any comments or questions on the consent agenda? Curtis? Yes, sir.
Number 11, that
On
was,
the consent agenda?
We don't have an 11.
was it changed?
He's not on mute, he's just not on
It
it.
was 6, there's only 6
Oh, I'm
items.
sorry, is that the motion for the Warren Cat invoice for $150,000, has that been moved?
That's been
under
moved to general business.
Number 8.
You
I've
saw
got
the
an old,
draft.
I've
Yes,
got
sir.
an old form here, and I will comment whenever that one.
Yeah, it'll be up in a minute.
It says on. Okay. Okay. No, I've got, yes, it's, yeah, okay, thank you. All right, all in favor of approving the consent agenda, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried 4-0. General business, review and approve the regular bills for payment.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Have a motion by Commissioner Beecham, second by Commissioner Muller to approve the bills. Any comments or questions on the bills? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Because we have guests here, let's move on down to item number 3. And hear response, if any, from Wilson Office Supply, low bidder for furniture for the LEC, and consider action to confirm tentative award to Midwest Office Supply, the second low bidder. Mr. Wilson, y'all have anything you want to present, or you want to hear the reasoning why that was done?
We listened to the video.
Okay.
We kind of know the reasoning, but.
And again, gentlemen, I have to explain that I'm very, very hard of hearing and mostly deaf. And if I can speak, I may want to come up to one of these chairs.
Yes, sir, that'd be
Come on,
fine.
come
We
on.
prefer that.
That's okay with y'all.
Yes, sir.
Just to give you a quick idea.
Well, now, Dick, the question is, do you listen to what you say? Do you listen to what you say? Can you hear it?
See, I've already had a long time. I'll be as brief as I can in a recap for me going over and trying to understand all of the different things that were bid and everything. I know, just to try to summarize and be as succinct as possible without using too many words for everybody, that there were a few things in the beginning that really aren't real issues, but I think there were, and also in my talk today, I would have to say I do respect old Rick Finn from Midwest. He friendly competitor. We've done some jobs with them, good people, so I'm certainly not up here not knocking him or anything. Biggest thing I wanna make sure of is just that we get as close to apples and apples on everything as we can. Obviously, we were a little bit lower on the deal.
Yes, sir.
But there were three minor points that, again, I don't think mattered for a whole lot, but that were maybe brought up. There was a question maybe of some training tables that I believe the request was for 24-inch deep,
18.
and
They were for 18 and we did 20.
Did
or
18 inches deep. He's saying 18
Yeah,
inches
okay.
deep.
They requested
18.
18 and we did 24.
yeah, and there was also a case maybe of some desks being 36 inches deep instead of 30. And I think at that point in time, maybe Terry and Mark had a little discussion, or with one of you guys, and it was kind of said that at that point in time, the size probably was acceptable and okay. But those are really just a couple of small issues. The biggest thing that I would need to qualify this morning that would, I think, make or break which way y'all decide to go is that there are, Midwest and us both quoted Laurel product, which is one is a China foreign-made product, and there is one that is a North American Canadian-made product. There was some confusion, I think, and after I found out later on in the process of where this was going, in the beginning, we quoted the foreign-made product, which comes in broken down KD boxes with quite a few pieces. For instance, I think there are about 45 desks that are maybe even more. And I want to be careful because if Rick quoted the knockdown version, which equates into a ton of manpower and labor down the line when you guys start doing that, whether it be prisoners or whoever, it equates into a ton of possible unskilled label assembling all this. What we quoted is a Canadian-made, fully assembled product that comes, again, unbox it and ready to put in place. One desk versus the other, and the desks are probably the biggest thing that you're gonna have a time commitment on of assembly. So one of our desks assembled versus the unassembled. The unassembled desk is 5 different pieces of wood with about 25 different screws to put it together. And it does take some skilled labor to put it together, and that does equate into time and dollars. Makes a big difference.
I can vouch for that.
Also, the rigidity and the longevity of the factory assembled product versus versus field built stuff for maybe unskilled labor could be questionable over the years. Therefore, the warranty difference on the fully assembled is a limited lifetime warranty versus a limited 5-year warranty on the other. The thing that we would need to qualify in a quick nutshell, and I got you both a copy, just so you can see. These are the two, and thanks for letting me come up and be personal, sorry that.
No, it's fine.
We actually like this better.
Hey, well, cool. These are the two sheets. These are the two different series, and see, this is under the assumption that Midwest has quoted the unassembled. If it is my best assumption to think that was probably the case, but I can't say that for sure. But you can see on this first page, this is the features, this is what we quoted, which is the Canadian-made, fully assembled stuff. And y'all can see here that it's got two different areas of features and benefits that I have highlighted on ours. It's got a tougher work surface, which is a thermofused work surface, which is better than the second page. It's just a little more resilient. The drawer loads are a little heavier. Again, you can make a comparison of the features and benefits on the two different models and styles. Now, that is totally preferenced on Midwest quoting what is called the Essential Series, which is the knockdown stuff that will blow you away in the number of pieces and the number of boxes that'll show up when it's D-Day.
Yeah, each pedestal is separate.
And you're welcome to come up, Terry, where I can, you can interject.
Yeah, each pad and everything, it's in a separate box and they hang them, or either they're on mobile, they would slide them. But they do have to be put together I mean, they come in boxes this big, because we do sell a lot of it, to be honest, we do. But it is a lot more labor intensive.
When you're doing 45.
And the reasoning, and one of the reasons I went ahead and bid the assembled version, therefore getting a 36-inch desk instead of the 30 on the 8 or so that y'all wanted 30s, is because I can't say, I'm not saying it can't be special ordered, it probably can, but for the ease of the order, I kept it concise in the 36 by 72 double bed desks. Assembled. The unassembled desk, the Essential Series that Dick was talking about, does have available a 30-inch desk that you could build, 30 by 72 that you can build the pieces. I just bid the 36 by 72 because of the ease of getting that size.
But that's really a small issue in the scheme of things. If we determine that this tangible difference is the case, I could get in special order a 30-inch deep, which would fit in some of the tighter offices better. Because I think there for a while, I was thinking that we were maybe gonna be doing the assembly. I found out later y'all were, and we got a quote, so I could quote it both ways from people out of Dallas to assemble the cheaper KD version of about $12,000 to put it together, meaning that those are hard dollars to equate into the end result or the final result of the price. But without much more conversation, you know, I think what we quoted is totally superior. But if Rick quoted, or Midwest quoted it,
We don't have a case.
then I would probably say it's more of an even playing field. So the bottom line is at some point we need to look at either a stock number or to in fact see what series he quoted. Again, it's just my best guess or best judgment that he probably went the less expensive route because that's the simplest, easiest thing to do. It's not his problem if it comes in 500 pieces, it's y'all's problem. Nothing against that. But we're gonna have 100 pieces versus 500, who y'all get to put it together.
When Dick and I birthed this, you know, we chose the assembled version just merely for that reason. Just for the ease of you guys and everything. And also, and I want to make one more point, and then I'll stop on that. But on the chairs, I know there was an issue on the armless training chairs, and you guys said I bid the armed ones. Well, I looked back, I thought, no, I know it. Well, what I did, I hit a 5 instead of a 6 on the stock number, but in the description, on my quote, it says armless. And
Okay.
This is the one I quoted right here, I even have a check mark by it. On my quote, I put a 845, but in my
846.
description, I put the armless, which would be this one here.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't-
Which really doesn't amount for much because the description and the price are.
Yeah, the
correct.
description and the price are correct. My finger's hitting 5 instead of 6.
Okay.
I didn't
I
put
think whenever it was given to us that we had voted, we had quoted the armed chairs, and they.
Armless
they don't-
chairs.
They don't want armed chairs.
armless,
Okay.
and so I quoted armless. I just hit a 5 instead of a 6.
Well, let me go back and ask something. In your all's explanation, you were talking about even whether it is inmates planning to assemble, the difference in warranty
Yeah.
and cost. So if we get already assembled furniture, other than this issue on 36 versus 30-inch,
Right.
and these offices, and Chief, y'all help me here,
One of the reasons why they wanted to assemble it was because prior to moving in, we're gonna have to store it somewhere. And so we wanted to store it somewhere unassembled, and then as we put it inside the new LEC,
Do y'all have storage?
We have storage. I don't know if we'd have enough, would we have enough for 40 some odd desks assembled?
Well,
I mean, I would have to think through that. Yes, we've got a couple of different warehouses, but
but would you order, we'll know within 6 weeks of when we're going to open, and much of that, I would think, would be ready to go ahead and within the 2 weeks of,
if it comes in boxes,
That comes
we're
in
a lot
boxes.
less apt to scratch it up or whatever whenever we're moving in. So I mean, it'd be better if it wasn't assembled.
well, if it comes
It comes in a
in,
box.
It'll be assembled in a box.
in a box.
Yeah, and with padding and styrofoam and everything around it,
Well,
so.
question of that had been asking me from all three, if we had a place to store it in the meantime when it was delivered, and I answered every one of them, that yes, we did have storage.
Yes, but we don't want it delivered 6 months
No,
out.
no, we don't
No,
want it
no.
delivered 6 months
And
in
it's a quick
advance.
ship program, and in 7 days, quick, even if we ordered out of Atlanta on a quick ship.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, because that's what I do, if I order a lot of
yes,
stuff, we do it
yes,
on a
that,
quick
we've
ship
got some
program.
flexibility there. Of
7
course, the
days.
first thing we need to qualify before we go much further is what Midwest in fact quoted. If it was the series that I'm assuming, then I'm assuming there needs to maybe be some more discussion. If it's what we quoted, then I would almost have to respectfully decline and say,
Well, we were
things
less,
are
but.
even, and I respect y'all's opinion with what you did in the beginning, even though we
Well,
are.
Dick, we as the Commissioners Court, we didn't really, do the research on this. We didn't pick the furniture. Our sheriff's office,
Right.
over here, Daryl and Andrew, they did all the footwork, all the background stuff. They made recommendations to the court based on what they found in their bids. And I think one of the things that hurt you was they thought that you had quoted the armed chairs.
But if you
And-
look on the quote and the description, and I know numbers don't mean anything to you guys anyway, because when I went back and told Mike Wilson about it, he goes, Terry, you could have put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there. It wouldn't have mattered as much, it's the description that should matter, and my description does say harmless.
I think they went back to the
That was my
numbers though
fault.
Yeah,
and checked
and
everything
price.
off and.
Yeah.
So those issues, I feel like can be fixed relatively easy, especially the cherries issue, because we determined that was correct. But, you know, as far as storage and so forth, I mean, we could talk and get a plan.
Chief
I
Rutledge
mean,
and the
it's-
sheriff has been involved in this from the get-go, and I've not been involved, so I really can't, say as far as what kind of furniture was picked and all that kind of deal, that was theirs. He just sent me a text earlier and said, make sure we understand about the storage and that would be put together later. And of course, worried about the boxes and if it's, going to tear it up while we're moving it and all that kind of deal.
So what is your gut feeling, Daryl, on the 5-year warranty and then us assembling it, or an unlimited lifetime warranty, having it pre-assembled? What do you think? That's a big selling point to me.
Yeah, the integrity factory-built furniture versus KD that is put together in the field is obviously something we all know about.
Yeah.
You know, when
Come Christmas
when
time
we go
every year.
somewhere and we've got those 100 pieces to put together versus 3, we all know the difference. Not that the desks are 100 pieces to put together, but it's a cumbersome amount of pieces and labor.
I think you're gonna hear lights and sirens pull up here in the parking lot, Minico Sheriff's on his way. He's going to,
Okay.
give his input on
My experience with assembling furniture is that before it's over, there's usually profanity involved.
And leftover pieces.
And I can put blood on all them parts.
Yeah.
That's just my experience. I don't know.
Although we had a young man one time assemble like 10 pieces of furniture,
That what?
assembled 10 pieces as part of his community service to work off his fine. I never saw him with the directions. He put it all together, no leftover pieces, and
What's his name? We need to hire
Yeah,
him.
no,
he's,
We need him.
he's no longer available. He's been permanently reassigned.
Moved on.
He's not available anymore.
permanently reassigned.
Oh, we found something he was good at.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's the same furniture, and apparently it is, and the
Same
warranty,
brand.
what's the same,
It's the same brand.
Same brand.
but is it not the same model numbers?
Oh, you're asking me that.
Yeah, two different
I had to pull the
model
bids.
numbers. It is, just to explain again, thanks for letting me walk up and be in your face, because I really am impaired. Both the brands are called Laurel. The less expensive series is again KD, that's made in China, that again gets shipped over in containers in pieces. The Prominence, which is the series that we quoted, is made by a company called Lacoste that is made in Canada, that is a very, very similar product to the Han that I know y'all know of. So
Yeah, we know Han.
That's the closest to that.
Lacoste makes the Prominence series for Laurel. So that is the difference. Laurel is made by another company in China. The Prominence that is called Laurel is made by Lacoste in Canada. And Lacoste has been a lead line of ours for years. There's a ton in Western, there's a ton at Vernon College on Maplewood. Over the years, the Lacoste has become a little bit more pricey, and people, onesie, twosie, threesie people wanting fewer desks are going with the broken down series just because it's that much less expensive and they don't care as much about the longevity. But when we're talking about a quantity this big, because I know when we outfitted Vernon College on Maplewood, which is, you know, a huge building full of stuff, that Lacoste 400 series, which is the Prominence, was picked for there. It was done at the Bridwell building at Midwestern. So the Lacoste brand that is called Laurel is just a better quality pre-built brand. And that's the tangible breakdown of it.
And this conversation could really be moot if that's what he did. You know, if he bid what we bid, then there's really not as much of a point.
Exactly.
Right.
It-
And that's
exactly.
the
So I
thing we
don't-
don't know.
He may well.
Other than your bid was lower.
And it was lower.
Yeah. Which is, what's throwing me, if they got
No,
the
it's
unassembled furniture,
Oh, 1,000?
could you,
1,200.
excuse me,
I'm sorry, I was asking what the difference.
well, I
in
was
price.
talking when you were asking, so please.
Oh, well, pardon me.
Well, okay, you're pardoned.
Thank you.
You're not held in contempt. Okay. What keeps haunting me in this, if he bid the unassembled furniture, which costs less, how did he wind up higher than you in the assembled
That's the
furniture?
part that's confusing
Yeah,
me too.
now, we are able to have pretty good buying power on both. Now, that is a good question, because that could lead down the road that maybe he did bid the assembled.
Okay.
Which is all good and fine. But we need to make that distinction, and I didn't wanna be pushy last week, any of you guys, and say, okay, what do you bid? I didn't wanna make something sound unfair until we could get up here and explain it a little bit today. But it's, I guess for y'all to get your head back into it, we need to decide whether he bid the essentials, is what it's called, versus the prominence. That's the bottom line.
Andrew?
I don't have the name of that. I know that, Chief Rutledge advised just a moment ago that we were bid on a disassembled product instead of an assembled product.
That would be
Okay.
essential.
And then shortly after that, found out the sheriff was coming, so I figured I'd wait and see if he'd get here and give you more details on that.
Okay,
But it's been verified as disassembled instead of
okay.
For sure.
And you'll have, I couldn't hear that, Terry, but I said,
Welcome.
Sheriff, could you come up here and stand by Dick? It's just because he can't hear.
Oh, I thought you got the handcuffs on.
Okay.
right here, Wilson.
Sheriff, what has been presented, they bid, and they are the lower bidder. They bid assembled furniture that will come in boxes with the appropriate padding and everything can be stored. They didn't bid, they bid the 36-inch desk instead of the 30-inch desk because the 30 doesn't come assembled.
We just kept it concise.
And that could be, they would look into that being changed. Now, the other thing is the disassembled furniture, and we put it together with inmate labor, only has a 5-year warranty. The warranty on the assembled furniture, which comes out of Canada, is how long, Terry?
A lifetime.
Lifetime.
It'll say here.
Right here. Lifetime limited warranty.
Okay.
Well, one of the things I've said, you know, and I know about the warranties and things like this, lifetime warranty. So if somebody sits on a thing or jumps on it and does a table dance like that, it falls through, whose fault is that? It's not the company who makes furniture.
No.
If legs fall off of it, or the casters roll off of it, falls back of it, we're not gonna send it back over there, get a new chair, we're gonna fix it, we're gonna put it back in. So lifetime warranty thing, most of us, almost everybody in this room, is not gonna be a lifetime, as long as furniture lasts, as long as it's taken care of properly. So I just don't, you know, that's why.
Well, but the law requires we look at the lowest and best bid. And I'd have to check over here in best, lifetime warranty versus 5 years.
Right.
Whether we do the other and we don't take advantage of that, doesn't seem to be the most prudent business thing. Because I'm thinking more of drawers and other things that
Sure.
aren't as easily done as putting new casters.
The integrity, you know, of the factory-built, pre-assembled, just has more lifelong integrity of hold-up versus the 6 pieces that that a unskilled person camlocks together, and then they have to camlock drawers up underneath.
Right.
You know the obvious.
I built
Yeah,
bunch of.
okay, exactly, so I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but essentially, the knockdown stuff is from China, the pre-assembled is from Canada, that is just a little bit of
Pull
a
this
heavier
back,
quality
you
line.
supervise, let's go
The
down, let's get it
floor
straight. We're not in a
suspensions
rush.
are a little heavier. There's just one other little point, again, not to bore everybody with too much, the prominence, which is
I think
the
we ought to send it
assembled,
back to committee,
does have
and let
a
Mark
little bit of
supervise it.
a- It's called a
There's too much here.
thermofused,
Yeah.
melamine top, which is a tougher, more resilient top for spells, for eating, for drinking, for kicking, for whatever. Whereas the
And we've got time.
KD
Yeah.
is just a melamine top that is not as resilient. That's just another one of those small features, and David, I'll give you a copy of this again, not that you don't know, but there are some of the features and benefits of the knockdown stuff versus the features and benefits of the assembled stuff. That's a copy that you can take. But that there are other small issues in the features and benefits within the full assembly that are better as well. So, I think it's 50 pounds weight per drawer versus 100. And some of those little things can make a difference. So, my point today, and I respect Rick from Midwest, he's a good guy, he's a friend, he's a good competitor, but I just wanted to make sure that it was understood that we're quoting a pretty good high-tier product that's gonna be tough and a lot less of a pain when it comes assembly time, even for inmates or whatever, because it's a lot of pieces. You know, and again, I know you know all that.
Sure. Can I ask you one quick question? On the, if they did say, okay, but we gotta have those 30-inch by 70,
Yeah.
could we get a built 30 by 70?
Yes, see, we are a Lacoste dealer, prominence dealer, meaning that I could order the 6 or 8 30s on just a separate PO. In the beginning, this is just some of the fine tuning that we come down to when it starts getting close. But I can get the 30s going direct to prominence, but because the prominence series is a wide open series and I've got a lot of breadth of choices with. The overseas product is what it is, still a lot of pieces, but the prominence series, I can order direct and get 30s. And
Okay.
we have also found an 18-inch
Did we?
training table.
Not through specialty?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that may be a little something, so,
Well, in the
that's
interest of
probably
moving
it.
forward and making sure we get the best quality, best bid, we'll table this for a couple of weeks so we can do further review, now that we have additional information.
I want to say this, though, it's just like when we bid out for medical, for RFP, there's certain things we need. And I'm not knocking these guys, or knocking anybody, other furnace people. It's just whenever we put out for RFP, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. They didn't meet those steps. The other one was high, Midwest met all the steps. So just like whenever y'all bid for road base or whatever things you do, there's certain things you request. If you don't have that in request, do you accept that bid, whether it's the lowest or not? No, I've seen it go to somebody
You
higher.
can. But in,
I'm just saying, because of the RFP, what we put out for, Midwest fulfilled it. Don Murray, she fulfilled it. Unfortunately, that price was a lot higher. And so that's the only reason why, y'all got the letter from Chief Rutledge that, reason why we said Midwest.
well,
I'm knocking these guys, I mean,
No.
I understand the situation.
one of the things in that was the difference in the armed chairs and unarmed chairs. Their description says armless, and that was evidently an oversight.
I did a 5 instead of a 6.
But that was a stock number. Nobody was checking stock numbers, I don't
The
believe.
description is correct.
So,
I have a picture.
Yeah, the description,
Around the patrol guys, you don't want orange.
Right.
yeah, the
Well-
description and the price was the same.
but as close as these are,
In my description, in my stock number, I put a 5, which is.
What's the weight value of that?
Uh,
We got some linemen, we got some running backs, we got some linebackers. Plus the equipment, that's why the 300-pound threshold, they put their gear on, it's
Yeah, it's heavy.
heavy duty.
So that's one we can find.
Yeah,
too.
we can find that, well, we can find it.
The chair issue at this point, it's really a bigger picture, I think. Yes, all the pieces are important. Really, the desks are the biggest question of the whole deal, I think.
The smaller ones were some of the smaller offices.
all right.
And we went back and added a couple other new offices, yes.
Commissioner Beecham has made a motion. I think it's the best way. He's going to be at a conference up until you be back on Friday. I think we notify Midwest, ask them to clarify. You all do the clarifications you've talked about this morning. Then we have a week to come back and talk to both vendors and make sure we're getting what you all need, Sheriff, and we're getting the lowest and best bid all around. And then that comes back to the court and we may change that original decision or affirm that original decision. But this is part of the bid process, and Dick, I'm gonna say I'm glad you all came. Often people think, well, I'm not gonna go do that. The law provides for that, and then we get bad mouth later. So I appreciate you coming, and we all have had good working relationships with both companies.
sure. You bet.
So,
You bet.
And-
All three
and-
companies.
Yeah.
And
well,
all I
They're all three good and they're all three local.
All three of you are valuable to us.
Chance
Yeah.
I see the biggest
to
thing,
come talk and explain.
I see the biggest thing is the assembled and unassembled. And I see it as, if we have storage for the pre-assembled stuff, with a lifetime warranty, with the
limited warranty.
lifetime limited
Limited
warranty,
ones,
I think we should go
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
But if we can't store it, and we, we still have to put all that stuff together, and that's a lot of hours. So I just think we ought to look at that hard.
Well, the other thing is, we need to see a copy of that limited warranty.
Yeah.
And what,
Limited warranty, lifetime limited warranty, could we get a copy of what that
Yeah.
is?
On both warranties, on the lifetime and the 5 years.
Very good.
We can get an essential and a promise.
Sure, there you go. I couldn't remember the names.
Essential and a
Essential
promise.
pro-
Yeah, we can get the warranty information on
Yeah, that would be good information for us.
oh,
Thanks.
you bet,
I
you bet.
appreciate
Thanks
you.
for
Sorry,
coming
but
down.
I was thought he was at 10.
I'm supposed to have one. I'm supposed to have.
He was at the doctor's too.
No,
We're not in any hurry on this. We've got several months to make it, we need to make
Take
the,
your time. Take
we
your
need to
time.
make a good decision,
But
so.
like I said, all three good local companies, we're not knocking any of them.
No, I realize that. Y'all are
We
good
just-
competitors.
We're always happy with local, period, so we just wanted to stay.
Yeah, we want to keep our money in town.
Thank you,
Thank
gentlemen.
you, guys.
Hey,
Be careful.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Commissioner, I'm gonna revise your motion a little bit and say review instead of table. Table creates a whole different,
Okay, yes,
Thanks, guys.
sorry.
okay, that's all right. Is there a second?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Motion by Commissioner Beecham, second by Commissioner Harvey to review for 2 weeks and come back and make a recommendation to the court. Any other comments, anyone in the audience? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Okay, we're back to item number 2, open and take action on necessary for RFPs for lockers for the LEC.
We're done.
They're already
No
done.
bids?
No bids. Do we need a motion to re-advertise, or,
Yes, sir.
okay, motion to re-advertise for an additional 2 weeks? I
Second.
know of at least one bidder that could not meet the deadline, so.
Well, okay, maybe we ought to give a little longer, maybe 30 days if that,
That's, 30 days is fine.
okay, if it is, yeah.
We're not in a hurry on it.
No,
Okay.
Second.
thank you. Okay. Any other comments on this item? Sheriff, y'all all right with that? That way, we'd like some bids on that, otherwise trying to get those surplus military lockers may not be what we want.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. Motion by Commissioner Beecham, second by Commissioner Harvey to re-advertise for a 30-day period to response. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Item number 4 is discuss, consider, and take action to authorize Precinct 4 Commissioner to sign equipment rental agreement. Let me throw this out and talk. I don't know whether you all got far enough into, it didn't sound like it, listening to that tape, and a comment from Commissioner Watts that he felt like he didn't get a chance to fully explain why he wanted to do that, and the,
That's down here. Right, buddy?
no, that's part of the deal, okay? I told him I would recommend we didn't take action on any of these items without him here to give better explanation to them. Because there's some significant things in those to, that really change a lot. And I don't agree with some of the salaries that he put in there, because we changed kind of what we've got in some bracketed areas, the way we've looked at people. And despite that it fits within his budget, if we start doing that, we might as well just hand everybody a deal and say, redo it. Forget what we bothered to go through in court and pass and set up maximum salaries. And, you know,
He didn't exceed our maximum, did he? Oh, just got one up there at the max.
well, Commissioner, what I'm saying is, when he listed, well, first of all, we don't have anybody called public relations.
Oh, what, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that salary jumps over several similar positions without regard for that. Amanda, did you get all the job descriptions yet?
I've got them, they need a little bit more review and a couple things added and changed on them, but again, if they don't have it, I'm gonna compare them too, so it's
Okay.
just what I've received.
All right. The number 5, though, that's services already rendered and received, and, you know, we should pay that bill. But 6 has transfer president incumbents in positions, 225.012. That's doing away with the clerical position we've had out front, which answers the commissioner's phones, takes the switchboard and ranges your all's travel, all that kind of thing.
It doesn't do away with it, it moves it. Moves the person.
The way I understood it from Friday's meeting is it's just taking the people out of it for right now. I actually have the posting already ready to post for the commissioner's secretary.
Okay.
But it needs to be reviewed if y'all have any edits to it or anything. I know the phone system came up again in the conversation on Friday, that if you wanna redesignate who's your primary, that now would be a good time if he's gonna move people. But that was just to move the one gentleman that's the precinct 5 operator under precinct 4, to actually move him over there, and Commissioner Watts just stated because he's using him most of the time.
Well, okay. You know what, when somebody gets hired from one precinct to another or one office to another, we don't do any transfer in court. That's not necessary.
No, that's not necessary.
I mean, that, we don't,
But that's the way I understand it from Friday, is it's not actually doing anything with these positions. You're still gonna have a commissioner's secretary, which
okay.
will be posted in October, and then
So that one can happen,
that can happen without the.
yeah, we don't need that. Y'all follow me?
Yes.
Okay, so, all right, and then 7, like I say, I'd like to have more discussion on that. And since Commissioner Watts is not here, I think it's, you know,
So what about 4, boss?
4, I think, you know,
It's just some kind of contract that needs to be reviewed by legal, right?
Well,
And I've been penciling on it and adding and subtracting, and I can't make the numbers match. It's very confusing as to where we are on that. I wish Jeff was here, and I'm sure he's got it lined out, but I can't make heads or tails of it. First of all, have we been running that machine since January 20th?
What roads have we done?
That's when it was delivered.
Well, I understand that, but the lease is about up, and I didn't know we'd actually run it yet. And I can't answer that question, I'm just asking the question.
and my question is, what's that doing here without the approved lease having gone through legal? That's not the way things should happen.
Well, I'm really interested, because if the situation works out like we hope it will, I'm sure interested in doing some of it too, but I can't
Yeah.
make I don't understand, I guess is the deal, and I'm not questioning anybody other than just wanting more information.
Well, I met with Commissioner Watts on these items, and what he's doing is realigning his workforce to go to a different concept on how to do the work. And he took out the general foreman for his. He plans to be, I guess, on the road crews or supervising them. And Debbie would go into his office with a direct line so that she can communicate directly with anyone who calls in precinct 4. I'm not defending any of this. I'm just telling you what I perceive as Commissioner Watts' intent. So,
Well, I'm certainly interested in the concept myself. I just
Yeah,
need more
but-
information. I'm not picking on it one way or the other. I'm just.
And you know, I have said to y'all all along, I've been saying this for at least 15 years, we don't have to keep doing business the same way we have been. But so far, we haven't changed. Now, I think Commissioner has some good ideas, but I think with this major departure and realignment, everybody needs to be, understanding what's happening and how this blends, and especially when it comes to, and I applaud the idea of quit buying so much equipment and rent equipment for those specific purposes that you're not going to be using it year-round. Much more cost-effective, because we do not have the local skill set to maintain some of this, either here, certainly within our own personnel, nor in the area, because some of that's more specialized and is not retailed here. So I'd really like to see that hold off and do that. But
Well,
that
is there
would,
anything here we're gonna get up against a deadline, Judge?
well, I sent him an email, told him I was doing this. I didn't hear back, and I don't see there's a problem unless he's going to hit a payday that he's told somebody their wage is going to be one thing, and
Yeah.
and now it's another, and quite honestly, that's getting the cart before the horse is.
Well, I'm interested in the whole deal. I'd just like more information on the whole concept, so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So let's,
Item 5 is, that service is already rendered though?
yes, sir, that's my
We have
understanding.
to keep that one on?
So let's keep that on, and 4 and 7. And 8.
8 is precinct 2.
Oh, okay, excuse me. Okay, that's right. You can defend that, maybe.
On,
Judge, with the positions for precinct 4, you're talking about like similar positions, right? Like other, like for the PR person, you'd have other clerical type positions and things like that. So if, like you were saying, if another department all of a sudden said, I just want to take my whole budget, put it in a pool and redistribute it, you're talking about like, if a public relations person for one department is making $16 an hour, then you have somebody come to you from another department and says, well, my person does almost the same thing. That's what you're talking about.
That's part of what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But the only people that I know of have quasi-public relations, and I want to say it's proven beneficial, is in the sheriff's department, in their organization, and working with the weather spotters, with emergency management, and with the Sheriff Citizens Academy. That's a grand slam to home run in that deal.
Right,
And you've got 2 guys, but they roll that into recruiting and everything else. I mean,
right.
that's been a really positive thing.
Judge, just let me know, because Friday we did talk about, he mentioned that that's not a good title for that position.
Well,
That
Okay.
That needs some work. And, that's part of it. That's not necessarily what that's gonna be, just didn't have the terminology.
it will be that if we adopt it
I
in the court
understand.
order.
That's one of the reasons why we probably need to look at this again, but he
Yeah.
did explain that that's not
Okay.
exactly where he's headed with that.
I just received the job description for that one on Friday, but I can forward it to you after. There's a few things that were missing, like minimum lifting, amounts and stuff like that I can add in there.
if it's,
Public relations is definitely a heavy lifting job for anybody.
We always put something about like file boxes and stuff in
Yeah.
almost every one of them just to make sure, but
Yeah.
things like that were missing, so I'll add those in. I can forward it back to you.
Okay, well, send that to everybody, all the court members.
Okay.
Do that.
if it's clerical, the wage should be similar to other clerical positions.
Okay. All right. Then are you all agreeing with, we will not act on items 4 and 7 at this time. Is that, anybody feel strongly the other way, speak up or forever hold your peace? Okay, thank you. All right. Item 5 is discuss, consider, take action to file Clausen Equipment invoice number E005649 in the amount of $13,974.62 with the county auditor for payment processing for rental of a RoadTech SX6E milling machine from January 20th to February 19th, plus $100 per hour for the use billed at the end of the period, $2,375 for freight to Electra, Texas, for invoice total of $16,375 to be paid from 224.240.4606 rentals and other machinery and equipment. This replaces prior invoices on a credit memo CEM 001383 in the amount of $26,375. Can I ask for a motion for that, please?
That's why we've got two then.
Yeah.
That's what had me stumped. I'm sitting here looking at two documents and they're similar, but they're not the same. And I guess we should assume that $2,375 worth of freight's gonna be the same going back.
Sure could be.
Because it says two, and that was a question, man, because that sure
Yeah.
changes
Then,
the deal. And once again, I need to talk to Commissioner Watts because that's his deal and he'll know, but I just,
So you rented it for $13,974 plus $100 per hour of
yes,
use?
yes, yes.
yeah, that was with an operator, wasn't it? Am I
I
thinking?
don't think so.
No,
No?
That's without an
Okay.
operator.
his plan was to operate it himself.
That's correct.
And still pay $100 an hour?
Yeah, well, that's not out of line for that piece of equipment.
Then where do we, what are we paying $13,000, almost $14,000 for?
That is the basic rent, the flat rental, and what the $100 an hour represents are the consumables mainly. That's not out of line for that piece of equipment. I did check on that.
Yeah, is that a motion then to approve this?
Did we mill anything?
And that's my question, are we running
Well-
it? Because if not, we're a month, our time's about up. And
You know,
Then
You have
maybe
to
we need to wait on that one until he's here to answer
I
it.
mean,
Well, I mean, if
Where
you
all
do the
the
math,
hours
it doesn't
coming
look
from.
like we've run it.
yeah, I like the concept, and that's why I wanna know more about it, because I think that's where we need to head if we can make it work out from a financial deal, but I need more information.
Okay, then I'd say no action on
Well, is
that.
that's not gonna get us in a deadline problem, Judge, is it? I don't wanna create
I
any.
don't think so. But there's no agreement signed on it that I'm aware of.
Well, I think Commissioner Watts can bring a lot
Yeah.
of explanation to this
Yeah,
that'll
very
straighten this
much.
out. I just sure would like to hear
Okay.
more about it, but.
All right. Okay, moving right along. Okay, Commissioner Harvey, we're so glad you're here. Item number 8, discuss, consider, take action to file warrant CAT invoice number S6040501 in the amount of $150,000 for a CAT model CS44B vibrator soil compactor and invoice S6014501 in the amount of $85,000 for a compact track loader for a total of $235,000 to the county auditor for precinct 2 buy board purchases with payment from 222.2205001 capital expenditures to budget lines as determined by the county auditor. And that is in your budget?
This is a budgeted item.
Okay.
We have received the equipment, and it's time to pay the check.
Okay.
I wish you had that before we did that bridge project. We could have rented it from ourselves.
Well,
Because
yeah.
we did it then, what? Anyway,
$9,000.
I was gonna say the timing, I'd a lot rather paid on that machine, but I mean,
Okay.
that's water under the bridge. Literally.
That's
water
my
under the
motion.
bridge.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, this was the item I was gonna speak on earlier.
Okay,
The, soil compactor was actually budgeted at $149,000 in the approved budget, so we would need to move $1,000 from line operations to cover this. So that would need to
Okay.
be added to the motion.
I'm pretty sure somebody rounded up.
Invoice said 150.
We did.
Where are they moving it from?
Need to move from line operations, I guess, that
Make that- make it
Capital
balance.
expenditures,
budget
It
was.
was budgeted at 149.
Oh, you're talking about the $1,000?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but is there additional funds in 5001?
Other budget lines.
Well, are there additional funds in the 5,000 budget?
No,
So that takes care of his 5,000 budget. So he has a contingency in that, in your budget. Correct?
yes, sir.
Okay, so take it, transfer from contingency.
From contingency?
Yeah, his
Oh,
contingency.
yes.
Okay. Any other comments, anyone in the audience? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Item 9, discuss, consider, take action to purchase a pressure steam cleaner for Precinct 3 from Bailey Pumping Equipment at a cost of $19.95 plus any shipping costs to be paid from Department 223 Supplies and Operations budget with specific lines determined by the county auditor. Commissioner Muller?
Yes, we budgeted this for the last 2 or 3 years and have never got it purchased because we couldn't find the unit that we needed, and we shopped long and hard for this thing. This is actually a reconditioned unit at $19.95, but it does come with a full 5-year warranty. It is from a local vendor who provides very good service to the county, and he even threw in a 55-gallon drum of soap, and it works great, so. And this will be for cleaning up the distributor and other things we've been needing for
Okay.
a while.
So
Is there-
moved.
I'd make a motion that we
Like, second, Commissioner Beecher. Thank you. Any comments or questions in the audience? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Update on Law Enforcement Center.
Not a lot to update since we spent most of the week snowed in, or a good part of the week with weather. We're up over 40 days of weather delays now in the project.
You couldn't have got those guys some snowshoes?
We did walk the project last Thursday, and the amount of work that has been done on the inside is staggering, what they do week to week. It's coming along nicely on the inside, but we're up over 40 days of weather delays now, so, which will be added back into the project at the
You
end.
got the roof on it?
We've got an umbrella over probably, I'd say about 90%. They're still welding some of the roof panels before they put the roof material on. But biggest thing is this week we'll actually start setting sails. They're on the way. Finally. But I'm amazed each week when I go through there, if I miss a couple of days, just how much they can get done in a day or two.
Okay. Anyone in the audience have anything to bring up? Mr. Hampton?
Gentlemen, I just I saw in the voluntary remarks, or the consent agenda, the certificate of substantial completion of Amorisco. I got no heat down in my office, and I want to brag on our Department of Engineers. Boy, Bobby and Tony and Gilbert, they have worked like Johnny be good on that. But I tell you, I can't get any air in my office, and I've talked to that guy, I've been 8 times. I don't have those all documented, but I would imagine Terry would tell you, yeah, I've seen Hampton. My ladies worked in coats and scarves Friday.
Well, I've
I didn't
sent,
know whether we had a deal with Amorisco, or do I need to bring a 55-gallon
No.
drum in and start burning people?
I've sent multiple emails asking for input on whether or not your offices are comfortable or not. I don't,
Well, I'm here to tell you.
Okay.
Nobody's asked me, and I'm here to tell you. But I've talked to Bobby, and I know Bobby is sincere about, they don't know anything about that computer system, Commissioner, and they've tried several times to get
That's part of the process is to train them.
Yeah.
But the other thing, we kind of count on responses to emails. It's kind of like I sent out a deal asking for people to give responses on Odyssey. Now, I realize we were out 2 days, so that kind of put everybody behind. because I sent that the Friday before, and most of us procrastinated probably until Wednesday, and then we weren't here. So I'll be resending that and ask, but that's why we put those things out, and it sure helps to
You know
get,
my position on the financial software, Judge, I've been campaigning for that for 20 years.
well, the money's been there, Bob, but unless you become the auditor, you don't get to make that decision, and we don't either.
Before I tear up your speech, I'm
Well,
gonna.
Bob, I've walked around this courthouse for the last 3 weeks with the thermometer gun, checking these offices, and I've never seen a request for your office to be checked, so I'll be down right after court and check it.
Look, once they have the door, you know, it's gonna be like his phone system.
Well-
It's gonna be hard to get them back in here.
Well, Bob, to make you feel any better, here's a check for $5.5 million.
All right, thank you.
Get you some air.
Could you do that every Monday, please, sir?
I know, it's made that money too.
The top one's for 5.5, there's a few more behind it, but that top one's a little healthy.
But Bob, if we turn the heat up in your office, there goes our savings. So,
Mr. Smythe, where did that $5.5 million come from?
Found a floor back there somewhere.
he found it down on the
I
street.
laid over the tax office this morning.
But there's something, he's always thinking about how you can spend it, look at it.
I'm just thinking where we could plug it in to take care of the expenditures we've already got, but,
It may be
Okay.
already spent, Judge.
oh, that's what I,
It sounded good anyway.
yeah, okay, so that was purely political then.
Yes, sure.
Thank you, okay. Sounded good up until reality hit, okay. Yep.
We've got an outstanding tax department, they're doing their very best, and you walk over there, you get a smile and a how are you and how can I help you? Every time, so.
And that's just the
I know
tax
everybody
system.
thinks, oh gosh, I listened to the radio this morning about a guy who wanted to do away with property taxes and, you know, my question is, how do we, keep the doors open if we're gonna have some sort of income?
Well, we would have to share in that incredible sales tax that would then,
Can you imagine what would happen if sales taxes went up to 30%?
People quit buying stuff,
yeah.
You got that right.
except on Black Friday.
Creates a black
Depending on how
market.
you go to work. But I'm not saying anything publicly.
Okay. All right. Let's, we do have a closed session item that we need to move to, because we'd hoped to be into that by 10 o'clock. I want to announce now that the briefing and discussion with attorneys from Wichita County District Attorney's Office, the Nix Law Firm, and Baker Woltering LLP regarding the status of cause number D-1-GN-18-000901, Wichita County, Texas, and the state of Texas acting by and through the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality versus Wells Fargo Bank, National Association, District Court of Travis County, Texas 459th Judicial District. Meeting closed pursuant to the Texas Government Code, Section 551-071, consultation with attorney, and we will recess at 10:14 for that.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
I apologize. You went a little quick, and I didn't want to interrupt you.
Good, go ahead. Do so.
Do you guys want an update on the boiler?
Yes, sir. Yes, please.
Well, we're kind of at a standstill. I'm waiting on plumbers to give me a call back on, I guess, how to proceed and how much it's gonna cost. So really, sorry to put you on the spot, but how are we gonna proceed with this? Last Friday, we discussed, possibly welding it. We discussed replacing it. So,
The plan all along was to, once we moved the inmates out, was to replace it with domestic hot water heaters. Given the state that boiler is in now, it would be the best money spent to go ahead and proceed down that path, to replace it with domestic hot water heaters. We just need to see how many. If we can do it with 2, would be preferable. And do exactly what we discussed last week is, if we're not developing enough hot water, it's time to shower.
you're saying do a shower schedule
Do
until,
a shower schedule
move.
until we move.
That's what we're doing.
And then, I think that's the best
Hopefully we better than what we're
means to
doing now.
proceed, because that was the plan all along, we're just putting it in action quicker. So, when we find out from McCabe what that cost will be,
Okay, yeah, he said,
I know it's high.
yeah, it's not not cheap, we're still waiting on a quote, we have a representative today. He gave me a ballpark unofficial quote on Friday.
Yeah, it was,
And he told me, he said, do not lock me in on this because my representative may change everything on Monday. So we're waiting, I'm just waiting on him to get the representative. So,
Can you share the number?
he said 30,000 to do the work. And he said if the representative comes in and changes everything, I said, okay, so I mean, we could probably say between 30 and 40.
well, that was,
I hope that's enough to.
that was the 3 water heaters. I think we can, if we do what we've done at the annex, we can probably do 2 in a tank.
Well, the annex has 4. The annex, yeah, the annex has 4 of them. For the whole, are you talking about the jail annex, or are you talking about? Yeah, the jail annex has 4 of those, water heaters, 2 on our southern side, 2 on our 8th side, and.
I was informed of those.
Okay, yeah, it's, so, yeah, he's looking at something similar to that system.
Okay.
So it's the same idea, but still has to put the work.
By the time you remediate and repair that boiler, that number you just gave me is not gonna be that far off.
Yeah, he
Do
told me.
you agree?
that
I agree 100%.
In order to
Yeah.
replace, to do a 1-for-1 swap, it would cost $60,000 just for the boiler.
Yeah.
And that was a 3-month lead time, so that was.
Yeah, that doesn't help us.
This was the plan to proceed anyway from months or years ago. When we started talking to Maresco, I wanted to see if we could let that boiler through without having to replace it, so we have to put 1 hot water heater in. But now our hands forward, so.
Okay, I didn't wanna say, go ahead, plumbers, and, cause I don't have that authority, so, I just wanna make sure we're on the same page, so,
Yeah.
move forward with
Just
that.
let me know.
Yes, as soon as he gives me a quote, I will share that with you.
Okay.
Thank you, Lieutenant. I'm sorry to catch you.
No problem.
No, all right. It is 10:18, and we'll move into closed session.